welcome back to another episode of the Essential Makeup series, a series where we talk about real makeup for real women. So if you want to know about makeup and skincare tricks, techniques, products and tools that you can all actually use easily and within your budget every single day to create the best you, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So after my last video where I tried out the new nude Huda Beauty palette for the first time and also loads of other cool new products, I got a lot of emails from people asking me about the beauty blender. So then I decided to make a video about this beauty tool that could pretty much be the beauty tool of the decade, which has revolutionized the way women wear makeup. Now I am a bit of a nerd and I wasn't going to be very happy giving you only half information, so I decided to do a little bit of research. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the origin and inception of this fantastic beauty tool. I'm also going to tell you what makes this so special and do a comparison between this and other sponges. I'm going to tell you how to use the beauty blender the correct way and how to take care of your beauty blender. And in the end, I'm also going to give you some brand recommendations for the best blending sponges available in India at an affordable price. So how does that sound? Did you know that the original beauty blender was created by legendary makeup artist Rhea Ann when she was hired to be the chief makeup artist for the world's first HD television series? Rhea Ann started hand cutting sponges to create the now famous egg shape of the beauty blender to provide that flawless finish in a quick and efficient manner. And very soon all her A-list celebrity clients wanted to get their hands on one of her specially created sponges. And in 2003, the original beauty blender was launched. The term beauty blender is not a generic name for this tool, but is in fact a brand of beauty sponges created by Rhea Ann. So not all the other brands can claim their products to be a beauty blender. According to the Beauty Blender website, the sponges are made with, and I quote, an exclusive aqua activated foam with insanely soft texture for an airbrushed finish and flawless coverage every time. They do say that imitation is the best form of flattery, and since 2003, hundreds of beauty brands have created their versions of this hydrophilic foam and adapted the egg shape into beauty blender variations of their own. So that was a history lesson. Now let me tell you what makes this so unique. I'm going to use these three products to do the comparison. The Blend Master by Nykaa, some cheap fake version that I ended up getting when I tried to buy a beauty blender from Amazon, and the conventional high quality latex free flat sponge. The iconic egg shape and the hydrophilic sponge is what makes this special. When the sponge is wet, the product sits on its surface and doesn't get absorbed. Conventional sponges absorbed so much of expensive makeup that it was a huge wastage. So let's try wetting these sponges to see how they react. I dropped the Nykaa Blend Master into a glass of clean drinking water and it didn't absorb any water. The trick is to hold it under water and squeeze, which removes the air and allows it to soak it up. As you do this, it starts to swell up and becomes huge. Now simply take it out and squeeze all the excess water and it still stays big, but it's not going to drip everywhere. It's soft, silky and ready to bounce. See how big it gets, almost twice its size. Now let's try this strange black mushroom looking sponge, which you can just tell is absolutely terrible quality. Even its edges are not smooth. Also, this awkward shape means I can't use it. So I soaked it in water and did the same squeezing motions. It absorbs water and swells up, but not as much as the first one. And the shape is still weird. Also, what's gross is that you can see that this sponge left a weird milky residue in the water. Definitely a sign something's not right. Now let's soak the conventional sponge. This is the stuff that comes with all our compacts. It's really soft to begin with and it doesn't really absorb that much water. It just gets kind of wet. There's no expansion in size, and I guess this explains why it soaks up your makeup. Well, I guess I'll be using the Nykaa Blend Master today. This sponge when wet has the perfect consistency, shape and texture to give a good bounce. The bouncing motion is what creates the poreless HD finish we all crave. And now it's trial time. My skin is prepped and primed and I'm ready to start. I simply take my foundation and dot it all over my face. And then it's time to bounce. I take my beauty blender and use dabbing bouncing motions to blend my foundation, simply patting it onto my skin as I go along. And I have to say, it's so easy that I can do this with both hands. Well, it helps that I'm ambidextrous. The flat end is good for the overall face application. The sharp and pointy side is to get into the crevices. And the sides are great for buffing. You don't rub with this, you bounce. With my concealer, I started with the beauty blender but very soon gave it up to go back to my fingers. That really helps me reach the innermost corners. After smoothing out my concealer with my fingers, I did go back to the beauty blender to buff away any imperfections and create the smooth HD finish. Time to set my base with powder. Now normally I'd be satisfied with this brush, but they do say that you can use the beauty blender for liquid, cream and powder products, so I decided to give it a go. I took some powder on the pointy end of the sponge and just tapped away my imperfections. It was surprisingly easy to use and the result was absolutely flawless. Here's a tip, don't dip your damp blending sponge directly into a pot or palette. Introducing humidity into your products means germs. So be smart and use a dry brush to pick up the product and blend it onto your face using a wet sponge. And lastly, it's very important that you take care of your beauty tools, and this blending sponge is no different. You have to wash it after every use, and it's really easy. You just use your face wash or any soap that you would apply on your body and wash your beauty blender with it. Once it's clean, all you have to do is let it air dry before you put it away. Also, you cannot keep your sponges forever. Ideally, they say that if you're using it every day, you should get a new one every 3 months. If not, make sure that you check it for signs of deterioration. It starts kind of breaking up into little bits and pieces and falling apart, or it starts getting stains that you just can't wash away, and then it's really icky. Time to chuck it and get a new one. Now, here are some great brand options to buy a blending sponge in India at an affordable price. The original beauty blender retails at about 2000. It's expensive but worth it. I'm happy with my Nykaa Blend Master, which is under 500 rupees, and at the same price, the Pack Beauty Blender sponge is supposed to be excellent. The Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge is about 800 rupees, and the Sephora Multitasking Makeup Sponge retails at about 1000. And that's my top 5 picks for a good blending sponge. So that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to show me some love. Share this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. Tell me in the comment section below what more topics I can cover for you. This is the Essential Makeup series and I'm Vibhinta saying keep it real. Until next time, ciao.